Now, if you look at the worksheet, even the worksheet, there are 1 or 2 questions that I have concerns with. I will explain to you. Okay, can you see my worksheet here? Okay, the slides should be no problem, yeah? Right, so I think we are able to finish early. It's not too difficult, actually. Okay, for this particular lesson. Okay, hold on, somebody's in. Shen Yi. Shen Yi. Okay, Shen Yi, you're here. Video here.
Yes.
Okay, can you turn on the camera, Shen Yi? Jin Lei also, turn on the camera so I can see you.
This question.
All right. So if you look at these questions, only one person got it wrong for this one, and I think it was a careless mistake, right? So you probably chose too fast, it didn't read properly. Now, which of the following cells is responsible for transmitting electrical signals around the body? We did talk about this earlier, okay? Or should I say the last lesson? Okay, so answer is actually B, right? Okay, answer is actually B. All right, what do you call that? Zishen, I can't hear you. What do you say? Or you can try to type in. Zishen, can you hear me? Maybe you can't hear me also. You can log off again and then log in, okay, Zishen? Try that. All right, so this is the nerve cells, okay? And then it actually helps to send electrical signal. Okay, not going to spend too much time explaining this because you all know this. I think it's really a careless mistake made by the person. Okay, next one, question 2. Let's see. Question 2, pretty okay also. Right? Which of the following is true about the nucleus? So think about the nucleus. What does the nucleus do? Okay, what does the nucleus do? It's actually like the control, right? It's like the control station, right, of the entire cell. So it's in charge of all the decisions to be made for the cells, right? So first one controls repair of cells. Okay, of course. Okay, then it regulates cell division. That's true. Contains genetic materials for cellular reproduction. Because we know DNA is found there. But how about part 4? Controls movement of substances in and out of cells. This seems a little bit out of place here. What is the part of the cell that is in charge of the movement of substances? You can type into the chat. Okay, what is this part of the cell that actually controls movement of substances? Let's see.
My mic working now.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Zishen. Okay, yep, I have answers coming in. Right. Okay, I have people writing cell membrane. If you have gotten cell membrane, you're right. How about plasma membrane? Okay. Okay, you wrote that. Why do you write down plasma membrane? You learn that part of the cell, is it? Did you learn? You learn it as plasma.
In school.
In school.
They give multiple names of the cell membrane.
Right. Okay. But actually, honestly, right, in Singapore, right, if you're going to take Singapore's exam, O-level exam, right, they only mark cell membrane. Okay? Yeah. But you're going above that, knowing more terms than required. Not that it's wrong, okay? I'm just curious, how come you wrote that down? All right, cell membrane. Why is it that the cell membrane controls movement? There is a reason why it controls movement. Control means what? Some they allow to come in, some they allow to come out, right? But how come they can do that? Why is it that certain substances go in, certain substances do not? There's a reason. And we have learned that last lesson also. Okay. We talk about semi-permeable. Remember? There's also this term, partially permeable. When you see terms like this, they are telling you they only allow certain substance to go in, right? And then they don't allow certain substance to go in or move out. Yes, correct. To prevent the cell from bursting in a way. But do you know that animal cells can still burst, but plant cells cannot? Why is it that plant cells cannot? Why is it that plant cells do not burst easily like the animal cell? Again, Sujan?
There's cell wall.
Very good. Okay, so there is cell wall. So when you talk about cell wall, I'm going into this because somebody brought up, right? Yes, correct. Did you? Okay, Chloe also correct. Okay, so this gives a very strong protection. So it also prevents cells from bursting. Okay, for example, let's say too much water enter the cells. Okay, it becomes so fat, right? Okay, if it still continue that way, water keep going in, the animal cell can burst, but the plant cell will not. Okay, plant cell has a regular shape, right? Why? Because of the cell wall. Cell wall is so hard, okay, it will keep the cell in a standard shape all the time. And no matter how much water goes in, right, there'll be a limit to it, and then it can't go in anymore because of the cell wall. So our answer is B. Okay, question 3. Characteristics of 4 types of cells. Talk about the root hair cell now. You learn this in P5. You learn this in P5, yes. Right, so for the root hair cell, something you must know. Right, something you must know. Definitely, you will have the nucleus. Okay, but tell me something about the chloroplast. What is it that you know about chloroplast?
It makes food for the plant by photosynthesis.
Okay. Makes food for the plants via photosynthesis because it contains
chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll.
Yes, correct, covered. Chlorophyll. So it contains chlorophyll and then it's green in color, right? And this is actually responsible in absorption of light so that photosynthesis can take place. Good. But in the root hair cell, have y'all seen the root and the root hair? Did you pull out any plant just to look at the roots? Or maybe your parents, your mom, your dad bought vegetables. You saw the roots, right? What's the color of the roots? Are they green? No, they're either light brown or beige, isn't it? Yeah, because they don't have chloroplast. They don't have chlorophyll. That's why, okay, we say that they are absent from the root hair cell. Because the root hair doesn't have to, its function is not to make food, isn't it? Its function is just to get water and minerals from the soil, okay, let it go into the plant, and then it can be transported by the water carrying tubes. So it's absent, there is no chloroplast, but there is nucleus.
I always have this question in mind, like does a cell ever die?
Does a cell ever die? Yeah, of course.
No, I mean, like, when a cell dies, like, where do we go? Like, when animals die, they decompose. But what about cells?
What about cells? When cells die, they just disintegrate, they break down. They will break down also. Yeah. Because you remember what? Cells form tissue, tissue form organ, organ form organ system, right? And then the organ system all come together to form the organism. Okay, so cells are part of the tissue, isn't it? So when any of this part die, you have to either replenish it or the whole human being can die, lor. Yeah. But it's good to ask. It's good to ask. Okay. Otherwise, you'll forever hold that question in your head. You never get your answer. Question 4. Nobody got this wrong. So which part of the cell is glucose made? We talk about chloroplast, right? Making the food because it can absorb the light. So food is actually made in the chloroplast. Which part of the cell is actually the chloroplast? Okay, since everybody got it right, I don't have to ask you now. Okay. But 3% didn't do the work lah. That's why I have to. Oh, okay. Okay, Ken, Kiran, I understand now. So maybe that's why, right? I cannot see. Ken. You mean you just submitted, is it, Kiran? You just did. So later, let me see whether I can copy your answer over. Okay, question 5. Question 5, let's see. Okay, one person got it wrong. And then it seems like it's so weird here. You are getting the answers wrong. In a sense where I can't see any trend. Like question 1, there's 1 person. Then question 2, 3%. Question 3, 1 person. And then, I can't see any trend at all. It's all spread out. Okay. So usually when I do this kind of tracking of answers is to observe some form of trend. For example, particular question, okay, everybody got wrong. All right. Then I will look at the question. Then I'll be thinking, did I teach wrongly or did I not teach this part? Or I have maybe just maybe 5 of you making errors for this question and all of you chose the same option, which is the wrong one. Then I will also start thinking, okay, how come this happened? Yeah, so this is what I do. So I can't see any trend so far. Yeah, which parts are found in both plant and animal cell? Okay, the person who got this wrong, do you understand why you got it wrong? You do not. You do, okay. If you forgot whether you got it right or wrong, okay, it's actually Jude. Jude, do you understand now? Or you didn't realize why you got it wrong? So when we talk about cells, we have plant and animal. In general, this topic, you just need to know this too, right? So for the plant, or shall I maybe start with something that's common for both? Okay. Go one by one. Let me call upon people to give me the answer. Chloe, to keep you awake, Chloe, come give me the first part that is found in both plant and animal.
Nucleus.
Okay. Your voice was soft. Okay, thank you. Chloe, choose another person now. Choose somebody. Chloe, call upon someone. Just anyhow. Just don't call me.
Xuan Yi.
Xuan Yi, Xuan Yi, can? Xuan Yi, try to recall what you learned in primary school. Shouldn't be difficult.
Cytoplasm.
Okay, good. Cytoplasm. Thank you. You are very loud and clear. So Xuan Yi, now your turn to call someone.
Zhishen.
Zhishen. Come. Parts of the cells.
Vacuole.
Huh?
Vacuole. Vacuole.
Animal have or not?
Also have.
Have, but something different, right?
There's like It's like all over the place.
all over the place, and